everyone, welcome to our homestead. We are standing in front of our muscadine grapevines and they have a wood borer beetle problem. I also have borers and some other fruit trees on my property and I don't want them to get out of control. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a DIY borate solution that will help kill the borers on your trees. It will help prevent new ones from getting into your trees. And you can also use it as a preventative on lumber for termites and carpenter ants. This is a very, very cheap solution compared to some of the treatments that are out there on the market right now. And we will do a cost comparison between the two. And if you use this on lumber instead of buying treated lumber, you can also save a lot of money there as well. Let's get going and I will show you how to make it. First things first, let me show you the damage that borer beetles can do. This is a 1.5-year old mulberry tree. Now, the damage on the leaves is from the recent freeze that we had. The borer beetles aren't doing that, but they're doing this. If you're interested in watching the videos on these trees and seeing the quality of them, they are bare root trees shipped in the mail from foodforestnursery.com. I did a video in the past, you can click on it up here. I do have a coupon code that I will link below for them. I just started noticing the boring holes on this tree, so I need to treat it quickly. Let's head into the barn. I will show you the ingredients, how to make it, and how to apply it to the trees. Okay, here's what you need. Some sort of burner. Doesn't matter if it's a hot plate or a little propane burner like this, but you need to heat up the liquid. Just a metal pot that you can heat up the mixture in, or you can use a stainless steel bucket. And then 2 cheap items from the store that are almost identical. One of those is borax. You can find it in the laundry aisle at your local grocery store. And then also at the grocery store, you can find boric acid, which is in the pest control aisle. It's a natural product and it's mainly used for roaches. You can also find the boric acid in tablet form, but the powder is much easier to use. Now for this solution, we are going to start with 1 gallon of water. Here in the barn, we don't have any warm tap water. So what we want to do is heat this up before we put the borax in it. We don't want it boiling, just warm to start. From here, we are going to add 1 cup of borax to our warm water. We're going to stir it in until it completely dissolves. In addition to that, we are going to add 4 ounces or half a cup of the boric acid. Be careful with the boric acid. It is very alkaline, so you don't really want to get it on your skin. Now, even though it's not fully incorporated, we can start to heat it up again. At this point, you do want to keep it moving, and we are going to bring this up to just under a boil. With the solution, you really don't want it to cool down too much, or it's not going to penetrate into the tree. For this borate solution, we want it to remain warm when we are applying it to either our trees or to treat lumber. There are a lot of suggestions to use a sprayer out there, which can be easier. However, it allows the mixture to cool down too much, especially coming out of the nozzle. And it won't penetrate as well, especially on the lumber. So for your trees, I recommend you paint it on with some sort of brush. Just take some of that hot mixture out to your trees and then start to paint it on. However, with treating borer beetles in trees, you need 1 more piece of equipment. And that is a little syringe like this. You want to find those borer holes and inject some of the liquid into the holes. Because if you just paint it over the surface, it's not killing the bug that's in the inside. Getting it in the holes will allow that bug to eat on the mixture a little bit and die. The reason you don't want to let this cool off is the boric acid and the borax will tend to go out of solution when it cools off. So you want to work quickly. Now, for larger applications of lumber, the best way to do it is to completely soak the piece of lumber that you want in a solution. So you're going to need much more than this. You can paint it on if something is already constructed, but if you're starting with fresh lumber and going to build something, soaking it in the solution is the best idea. That way it can penetrate much deeper into the wood, giving longer protection. Okay, we are just under a boil here. Let's take some of this out to that mulberry tree. First thing we're going to do is find where the borers are in the tree. And that's really easy to tell by these little areas of frass that are coming out of the tree. So we're going to take a little bit in our syringe, find each hole, and squirt it in there. You can see one right here, and if we touch it, it just kind of falls off. Don't lose the hole. I'm going to stick it on there, squirt in our solution. Here's another one right here. just knock it off, you can see it basically just turns to dust. My fingertips, it's just sawdust. Don't lose that hole and smash it right in there. Of course, for the rest of the fruit tree, just use a brush and paint it on to the rest of the bark. This is going to take a decent amount of time depending on how big your tree is, but it's worth saving your fruit tree. Now let's head over to our grapes. So the process is the same for the grapes. Make sure you have a warm solution that's still in solution and it's not separating out. Take your syringe and inject it into each one of the little holes that you see. These borer beetles can be devastating because they will go around the whole outside of the tree in one line and basically girdle the tree or the vine. If you wanted to get something with a little needle on it, you could, but if you jam this into the hole and really smash it, you can get it injected in there fairly well. Then start painting the rest so that the beetles don't come out, move, and start another hole somewhere. Okay, now you've seen the recipe, you've seen how to use it. How much does this cost? This box of borax was about $6, and this bottle of boric acid for roaches cost me about $8. This is 9.2 cents per ounce, and this is about 24 cents per ounce. The bora-care solution that is out there that I'm not 100% sure is good for fruit trees is $95 per gallon. And you mix it at a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 ratio. So for us, with our 1 gallon solution here, it would have cost us $45 instead of just $1.40 for this. That's a massive difference, and this works just as well. The bora-care has some other formulation to it and is very sticky. It does stick to the surface better. However, does it soak in better? I'm going to choose $1.40 every time over $45 if it works almost just as well, maybe better. Remember, this is non-toxic. This is used for laundry, so it's going on your clothes anyway. And they do make suppositories actually out of boric acid. So if you have a borer beetle problem, just mix some of this up and that should take care of the issue. And of course, you can also use it for termite prevention. You can add it to regular wood planks for your garden beds. And of course, use it on your house. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comment section below the video. Now go check out this video right here, which is the absolute best way to plant a fruit tree. Have a beautiful, blessed day. See you next time.